Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and we're continuing our Derp Coronavirus special. We've got a pair of KV-2s on the north spawn of Ghost Town, and one of them is under the command of Wespahnsinn, and the other one is Frank, and they're platooned together. Now Wespahnsinn and Frank have both got 2 marks of excellence on the barrels of their 152mm howitzers, and they're underway. Now the Derp Coronavirus Special skin is available if you want to download it and put it onto your KV-2. There's a link in the description so you can pop it on your own tank with instructions how to do it. The KV-2 armed with a 152mm howitzer is capable of doing 910 hit points of damage with the HE rounds and 700 with the AP rounds, and he's got both. Headed off towards the town centre to do some damage with the enemy. The enemy team's also got 3 KV-2s, and well, let's see how this battle unfolds. There's one of the KV-2s. Oh, there's another one as well coming into sight. Okay, bit of derp action to keep you all amused whilst you're all on lockdown and quarantine. Well, he managed to get a nice little hit there on the KV-2, but didn't wipe him out. 353 hit points, good shot. We've got some company, a VK3601H and a KV-1S. Just trying to angle to get a shot at the KV-2. Oh, unfortunately he did take a round there, but he killed the KV-2. 607 hit points there. Took a round in the tracks, and one of the KV-2s has now gone down into the pit, which might not really be a smart move. BDR across the way, and now there's a wreck of a Panzer III Che over there as well. Okay, KV-2 keeps reversing out. Oh, unfortunately, the KV-1S has just been killed by an Su-85. So there must be somebody off to the southeast of the map who's actually firing in this direction. There is a gap between the buildings where you can actually shoot in this direction if the tanks are spotted. Well, the BDR just got a hit on Wespahnsinn, right through the mantlet as well, of all places. It's not a huge amount, 252 hit points. Oh, T1 Heavy just took a hit. And the BDR's now out the game, but so is the KV-2 in the pit. And he was killed by Frank. Frank's shooting from just around the other corner, around the other side in the square. Oh, unfortunately, we just lost him. A Stug 3G just took him out. There's a KV-2. And he just hit us for 159. Trying to see if we can get a return shot in. There's the side of his turret. Unfortunately, it didn't go straight. We can see where the KV-2 hit him. It was right on the mantlet. There's a hole there. Trying to go for another shot. Can't load in time. And he just bounced around from that Su-85 over in that direction. So he's just trying to work out where it is. T1 Heavy's gone into the centre. KV-85 somewhere over there, looking in this direction. He's right down that mound. He's fired around in that direction, but no joy. Just out of view range. KV-2's around there. The T1 Heavy's gone around the other side through the square, and he's going to come around behind the KV-2. So it would be a good idea for Wespahnsinn to actually go the other side and take out the KV-2 from the other end, so catch him in the crossfire. T1 Heavy's almost out of health, and he's gone. He's been killed. Stug 3G got him. Okay, now KV-2. Hello, remember us? Lovely. So that's his 4th kill. Don't know if you noticed, we have actually made some changes to the back of the tank. Yep. Well, it is coronavirus quarantine tank. Okay, 14 TP. Just came into sight. He's on that corner. If he pokes his nose out, we might be able to put a round into it. Oh, and he does, but we're not ready. And unfortunately, the shell doesn't hit the target. Oh, he's on fire. The 14 TP was just set alight. Now, can he get a shot on that 14 TP? There he is. Oh, yes! And it's a fireworks display. He just hammer-racked him. Okay, well, it's now to try and get to the enemy cap and see if we can find out who's on the hill above the cap, because there's always someone there. Su-85 can't get shots on us from there. Bound to be somebody just around this corner. Oh, just took around from a Stug 3G. That's the guy who killed Obi Frank. Seeks the cover of the buildings. We've got some teammates coming south as well. Panzer 38 NA is off to the west, and a P43 is nearby. And they're going to be keeping those guys occupied while we poke on those around the corner to try and get some shots on them. There's the Stug. Oh, and an M6. And we just got hit by the Su-85. And unfortunately, that shot didn't hit the target. Just took a round through the side of the turret from the Su-85. And that was an Arty round as well, landing in front of us. So the Arty's probably fairly close for him to get that round in that spot. Bit of a snapshot. Now, is he going to come around the corner? Here we go. M6 is still up there. The Stug has been taken out, but we lost the P43 and we've just lost the Panzer 38 NA over on the west side of the map. Taken out by the M6. At least we got some hits into the turret of that M6. The question is, where does Wespahnsinn go now? He can't charge out towards the enemy guns because we know that Su-85 is somewhere over to the west, and there's only 3 left on our team. The Matilda, the Panzer Selbstfahrerfette 4B, which is otherwise known as the Grasshopper, and of course Wespahnsinn. And the enemy is starting to move up the east side of the map, and I think that's the Su-85 that hit him earlier. So he needs to get round to that side of the map to deal with those threats. Otherwise they'll be in the cap before he can get back there. Okay, there's one of them, the Su-85B. Oh, unfortunately, we've just lost the Matilda to the Su-85. Oh, but they lost their Su-85B. Now, I wouldn't recommend going out through that gap. He's only got 2 rounds of HE left, and then he's going to be onto the armor piercing. Unfortunately, the Su-85 is also very low profile, so it's going to be very difficult to see him if he's seeking cover. And we were seen, so he's probably already on those mounds near grid square B8 for us to spot us where he did. Best way to deal with this would be to go around the buildings over there and actually come out on the other side of the town in the north and then approach the cap from that angle. That's exactly what he's doing. Quick check. Yep, nobody in sight. Oh, the M6 has come up behind us. There he is. And he's gone down into the pit. That's made him vulnerable, because once he's in the pit, it very limits his movement. And he might actually be still exposed, because there is that wreck of the KV-2 in the pit. Yes, he's got his rears pit poking out behind. Yes! Shot the ass off him. Okay, but we got hit by the Su-85 who's just come into the town to try and get us. Now we don't want to go direct at him because we've only got 45 hit points. One more shot from his 85mm gun will be enough to finish us off. Wespahnszinn's getting very excited because the camera movement is all over the place, so I'm going to take control of the camera for this moment. Otherwise, yes. The Su-85 is just around the corner. And he's engaging our Arty, and he's just killed him. And that's the end of the Su-85 and a Radley Walters. There's still 2 enemies out there. Now, he's remaining here just for a moment. So he's gone unsighted, so the enemy can't work out which way he's going. I would head back into the town the way you came in. Now we know there's only 2 enemies left. The KV-1, last seen up on top of the hill, and an M37. Now he can easily kill both of those with this gun, but he's got no HE rounds left. Everything he's firing from now on is armor piercing, and he's selected the premium armor piercing, which has got penetration of 136mm rather than the standard, which has only got 110. Now these are slightly more expensive, but yes, they are worth it because he can one-shot that KV-1 if he can get the shell in the right spot. If he aims for the tracks, obviously he's going to have difficulties, but if he can put the round right through the weak spot, side of the turret, it's sayonara for the KV-1. Now he might be up there. Sixth Sense hasn't gone off yet, so he hasn't been spotted. That's the 2-minute warning. It's coming close. He really does need to... oh, and there's the KV-1. He's been spotted. Pardon me. Oh, yes! Takes out the KV-1. I think the guy was stationary because it showed on the eagle eye that he'd actually had damaged tracks, damaged engine, just about everything. But he wasn't looking in this direction, so I think he was quite an inexperienced player. But it's now too late for him to cap out. He has to find the enemy Arty, or this game is going to be a draw. Now, if I was going to look for the enemy Arty, I'd be looking in that dip slightly to his left, because that's the normal place where Arty might be. Not always. Oh, yes, he is there! And he's just fired his round, so you can just drive up to him and shoot him. And that wins the game and a Pools medal for Wespahnsinn. And with the last minute siren just sounding. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Wespahnsinn in the KV-2. He managed to get a Hand of God, surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemy tanks. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 21. He demolition expert because he actually blew up the 14 TP and it, well, went up like a firework. And a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a fire effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. He also managed to pick up a Pools medal for killing 10 of the enemy, A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. And let's have a look at the team scores. Whopping great 4,779 hit points of damage. The next high scorer was the Stug 3G that killed Obi-Frank, 1,688 hit points to him. And the next high score after that was that SU-85, the one who sniped at him twice during that game, 1,411 hit points to him. And well, let's look and see where Obi-Frank is. Oh, but he wasn't that far behind, 636 hit points. He did get a kill, and unfortunately, yes, he was killed by that Stug. When it came to kills, it was Wespahnsinn again with 10 kills. Next highest scorer was the Stug, who managed to get 5, half that number, and 3 kills for the M6 and the SU-85. And when it came to base XP, again it's Wespahnsinn. He's got the top in all 3 columns, 1,907 base experience points, an easy ace tanker. 482 goes, well, in fact actually no, it's 585 on the Stug 3G goes to him. And then after that it's the Grasshopper, who managed to get 482 guarding the cap. He fired 17 rounds, got 12 direct hits, 8 penetrations, 5 splash. Damage of 4,779 hit points, of which 374 were at more than 300 meters. He received 9 hits from the enemy, 4 of them were penetrations, 4 non-penetrations, and 3 hits by way of splash damage, and block damage of 545 hit points in total. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 10 of the enemy, and did 412 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 48,523 credits from that game, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables took away 51,050 credits. He received 1,907 XP, got 429 for playing in the platoon, and took away 3,290 experience points altogether. So a very good round there for Wespahnsinn. He saved his team, scored 2/3 of the enemy kills, and earn himself a nice little medal, which not many people do have actually. Well, Paul's medal are fairly rare still. Yes, I think you're more likely to find somebody with a Kolobanov than a Paul's medal, but yes, Paul's medals are always enjoyable. Well done, Wespahnsinn. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. Leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching.